G'day and welcome to Aussievision. It's Kyriakos here. Today we speak to one of the biggest names in the Australian entertainment industry. She has captivated us from her time on Australian Idol, competed on I'm a Celebrity and The Masked Singer, just to name a few shows, made her way onto the theatre stage and is now set to compete in Eurovision Australia Decides 2022 on the Gold Coast. It's the incredible Paulini. Thank you for joining us.
How are you, mate? Thank you for
Good.
having me.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's okay in Sydney. I mean, the weather's been all over the place, but it's good. I can't complain.
Good. Well, first of all, congratulations on being selected for Australia Decides 2022. After the reveal, you got a lot of love on your socials from your fans, and even Eurovision fans got very excited. How has the reception been since the announcement?
It's been great. I still can't believe that I'm going to be a part of this amazing show. I'm still trying to figure that out in my head, and as we kind of figure out what I've got an amazing song, but as we try and creatively figure out the performance aspect of it and how we're going to get it out there to people to listen to it, it gets more exciting, and I love that. I love that. It just keeps the momentum going, and it builds, the excitement builds, and I can't wait to get on stage in the Gold Coast and perform. I think, look, if I do get chosen, it is going to be an honor. That's all I'm going to say, because this is going to be the first time I'll ever really kind of get on stage representing, Australia. So for me, that's a massive deal, and not everyone gets that opportunity. So I'm very grateful and thankful for everything that's happening.
Well, talking about your song, we'd love to know more about your entry. Now, in the SBS announcement video, you mentioned that your performance has a diva moment. You'll be taking us back to your musical roots. Some people have even said, is it Fireman 2.0? What can you tell us about your entry?
Look, I'm not gonna say it's not, like, it's a dance track, so it is very similar to Fireman, maybe not as fast, but it's it's kind of, the song is called, I don't know if I can reveal the song name. Maybe if
you shouldn't, maybe don't.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should wait. I'll get in trouble. But it's a dance track that has elements of, my upbringing. So I, basically learned how to sing and grew up singing in church. And so a lot of those elements are in there. But the song is about empowering people to come together, unify, through love. Like that's the only thing that's going to get us past this whole pandemic and all of these things that are happening that are, crazy, is our unified love for one another and respecting one another's opinions and, choices. So it's got an element of everything. Like when I say diva, I'm not saying like, I'm a diva and like kind of Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
I just mean, I'm coming from a place where it's, I'm bringing my experiences and the things that I've gone through. I've put it into the song, and I'm trying. I guess I'm trying to. It's an anthem that I'm trying to kind of get out there to people and to get them to think about the things that are happening, and that the only thing that we really need to do is just be there for one another and show kindness and love. And going back to, sorry, I got sidetracked, but when I say diva, it's more like me being a hustler and me still being here today. Since Idol days, I'm still kind of, trotting along and trying to stay in this music industry. And it's a hard industry to be in. You've got to kind of try everything. You've got to get into the dancing and the acting and all of those things. So that's what I mean by, diva. Like I'm bringing all of those things to it, and hard work, and hopefully it pays off. Hopefully it pays off. But it's gonna be all elements of who I am as a performer and, my experiences in life.
Now, did you submit the song into the portal, and were you approached for Australia Decides? Like, how did that process work?
Yes, I was approached by Australia Decides, which was, I couldn't believe when I got the phone call. I was very excited. And I basically, so I kind of, I had a vision of what kind of song I wanted.
Yep.
So I pretty much said to them, okay, this is kind of the things that I want to talk about in the song. And if you have anything in portal
Yep.
that kind of talks about these things, then send them through. And I think I got 5 or 6 songs.
Yep.
And I basically just listened to those songs and, chose the one I liked the best, and the one that I thought I could, I guess that I could put like I said before, I could put my experiences in and kind of make it as real as possible for myself and for others out there. I didn't want to get up there and just perform something that wasn't true to me.
Yeah.
And I basically heard this song and the lyrics, and I had to do a few tweaks. Lyrically, I had to tweak, a few lyrics here and there. And the track, we basically like redid the whole track. So it is nothing like the original track that I first got. So yeah, it's exciting. Like I said, the process of creating like something new, and just the whole performance side of what I'm going to do on the night, that excites me. And I love the song. The song is something that I believe in very much, and I stand by. I think that's something that we all need love at the end of the day. That's all I can say.
It's maybe way too early to ask you about what can we expect from your staging at Australia Decides, or what experience can we get from your staging?
It's going to be euphoric. I like that word. I think that word is perfect for my performance. I think it's going to be very euphoric. I want people to feel something when I get on stage, and not because I'm on stage, but because we connect on that level of everyone, everyone coming together and being unified. That's what I mean by that.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me being like the performer on stage and singing that song. No, I just want to connect with people and get that message out there that, we're all one at the end of the day. And but it's going to be I love that word for my song. I think it's going to be a very euphoric experience for everyone.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you may actually be the first Pacifica contestant at Australia Decides. How important is it to have a Fijian representation on the Eurovision Australia Decides stage?
It's okay. So this it blows my mind when I do, when I think about that. Like I feel like I'm very honored that I am the first Pacific Islander to be part of it. But it's also such a massive achievement for myself. It's humbling, and I never thought that, if I do, like, I never thought I'd be chosen to be one of the contestants, because you don't really, when you're growing up, you kind of go, oh, okay, I'm just going to try my best and see how it goes, and you don't think that massive doors like this will open. So I'm just, it humbles me that I am the first Pacific Islander to be a part of something that's so big. So that question to me, like, it just really humbles me, and I get quite emotional, because it's something that I never thought I'd get asked to do, and especially like, being born, like I was born in Fiji, came over here when I was 4. So it really is an honor to be the first Pacific Islander to be on Australia Decides. It really is.
Now, when it comes to Eurovision, you've actually covered a Eurovision song before. You've covered Denmark's 2009 entry, Believe Again. You did a duet with Ronan Keating.
Yes.
X Factor back in 2010. And the song even landed on the ARIA charts as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So Eurovision has crept into your career before.
It has. It has.
What does the Eurovision Song Contest mean to you?
The Eurovision contest for me is such a, it's amazing because it's all the, sorry, I'm trying to, sorry, there's someone just chatting at the back there. For me, it's like, because I am Fijian and I've come into a country that's given me so much opportunity. I love the fact that all of these different countries are coming together. There's no judgment. There is none of that. Like, as quirky as you are, as loud as you are, as big as you are, as different as you are, people are accepting of that. And I'm glad that I'm a part of that. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm also, in a country that I wasn't born in, but I've had so many amazing opportunities. So I love the fact that there are so many different countries, so many different cultures, so many different styles of song and singing and entertainment, all coming together as one, and I guess that's the beauty of music. It's a unified language that we all can understand. It doesn't matter what language you're speaking or whether you have an accent in the song or whatever it is, how you look. It's about music, and that's what kind of unifies everyone. So that's, for me, it's like different countries coming together and all unifying as one, and that's how it should be. And I'm glad to be a small part of that, a tiny, so the smallest part of that. I'm glad to be, to be in it.
Do you have any favorite Eurovision entries?
Do I have any favorite Eurovision entries, as in
songs or Eurovision songs
that I've
that you like yourself, or
from the past years, you mean?
Yeah,
100%. So
yeah.
I love I think her name is Aline. I'm not sure. I might be wrong.
Lorraine?
But Lorraine.
Yes.
That's it. Euphoria?
Yes. Yep.
That song Euphoria that she came out with. Oh my God, hands down for me. It was like, yes, girl, yes, do your thing. Like, that was so amazing. Like, I loved that performance. And that track was on repeat for weeks. So I got to say, that was one of my favorite performances on the show. And I loved Kate Milhaki. Yeah. She represented, and I loved how, she's very, there's quirkiness about her, and she's an amazing singer. I know this because I have seen her live. And, it just, those two performances for me really kind of stand out. And of course, Guys and Jesses and Dami Ims. But for me, Lorraine, I was that kind of changed my perspective on Eurovision.
Yep.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah, it did change the contest, and it's a huge fan favorite as well. So
yeah. When she came out, man, I was like, oh my Lord, that is insane. That performance was just incredible. So yeah.
Now, you were meant to perform in Adelaide for the Adelaide Fringe for Disco Wonderland. You were also meant to be in a show in Sydney with Sean Miley Moore, and they've been cancelled. The whole COVID pandemic has pretty much decimated the music and entertainment industry. How's that impacted you yourself?
Look, it's I'm not even going to lie. It's devastating. I think the first few months of this happening, of the pandemic, I was like, okay, well, that's it's okay. It gives me a little bit of time to kind of get creative in the studio, because you can't go anywhere. So you're just, trying to write and get creative at home. But now I'm just I just need to go and do what I love to do, and I need to get on stage and I need to perform. And it's really, yeah, it's heartbreaking that, you know, we have had to cancel all these shows. And I know so many other, like, it's not even only the music industry. I'm talking like every industry that's been affected, everyone really. But I guess for myself and my peers and, you know, like every other performer that I know, you know, it's heartbreaking because everybody, we can't keep canceling shows, and we can't keep it, you know, can't keep locking down and closing things because of this virus. We have to, you know, somehow figure out a way where life has to keep going, because there's a lot of people that are you know, that are going through a lot of like mental issues that you know, we should be thinking about, because I feel like even though, you know, and it's 100%, like, we definitely should keep people safe, and, you know, we have to always, that comes first. But also to, you know, there are so many people hurting and mentally going through a lot of struggles, and, you know, there's a lot of anxiety around. I can feel it, like I get it, you know. And so I just hope that we come to a place where we can just live with this virus and move on with life, because it's heartbreaking to see people breaking down. Yeah.
Now, are there any other projects you're working on? Anything that we might expect from you during the year? Because we know you're doing a We Will Rock You arena experience as well.
Yes.
What other projects that you can share with us that you'll be doing, hopefully during the year?
Well, I'm going to be doing Eurovision, which is great. Australia decides, and yes, I will be doing We Will Rock You at some point. I have a few other. There's another musical that I just got asked to audition for, which is a great. It's a massive, like, Broadway production, which is coming here end of year. So yeah, I've you know, there's things happening here and there are corporate, you know, stuff that I'm kind of doing, and charities that I'm also involved with, that I'm going to be giving my time to. Yes, there's things happening, you know, there's things happening. But I just wish I could share with you a little bit more about it, but I can't. But yeah, there's always amazing things happening, and I'm always I love writing also, and being in the studio, getting creative in the studio and writing with other writers and working with different producers. So yeah, there's little things happening here and there, you know. You'll just have to wait and see.
Now, Paulini, lastly, if you got the opportunity to go to Turin for Eurovision 2022, but you can only take 3 items with you, what would Paulini take with her?
What would I take? Okay. Oh geez. Okay, I would take my phone, because of Spotify, and I need to listen to music, not because of social media. I would take that's a hard one. My gosh. I would take my joggers, because, you know, I'm going to have to be working out every day just to kind of keep the energy up for, you know, the performances over there. And my ASICs are the most amazing ASICs ever. And a nice book, you know, something that a book that I'm, you know, maybe The Alchemist, or I don't know, like something like that, you know, something that's going to keep me kind of entertained and not, you know, so that I'm not in my head too much. Yeah.
Well, we cannot wait for your song release and what you have planned for Australia Decides 2022 on the Gold
Thank
Coast.
you.
All the best, Paulini, and thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
so
speaking to
much.
Aussievision today.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me, guys. Thanks, mate.